Good morning.
Morning, Gogglefroggers, and how are you today? And how are you, Marion? Lovely of you to join me.
Thank you.
And I notice a beautiful, what is known in Gogglefrogs land as a flippy edge shawl, I do believe.
You're spot on.
And it looks beautiful, absolutely
Thank you.
gorgeous.
It's incredibly warm.
Is it? And do you know what? I think we should have a chat about the flippy edge shawl, because I know if you're local to knitting groups in the Buzz, you will have seen more than one flippy edge shawl being made. However, not everybody has been to one of our little knit
No,
and
no, no,
natters
no, they have not.
in the Buzz. So we will talk about the flippy edge shawl, because I just know there are an inordinate amount of needles cast on. So can I just answer the door? I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah, Deborah, it is interesting, and it's all Brigitta's fault. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've just got a cup of tea arriving. Thank you so much. Right, there's my... Yes, I did hear. Thank you so much. I hope you've all got a cup of tea or coffee, if that is your tipple. This is only my second today. If I'd been at work now at 10 o'clock, I'd have probably been on my third. And my...
only just got up.
Yes, I've been up an hour. Yes, I'm afraid my body clock is has been put completely out of sync by COVID. I now go to bed very late and I get up correspondingly late.
Really?
Yeah. Whereas I used to get up at 6, be sat at my desk in all probability in central London by 7:30 at the latest. I would still be at my desk by 7:30 at night, because then I could guarantee a seat home. So I wouldn't be home until sometimes 8 o'clock at night. So I spent more time in the office than I did even, I'm just trying to think, if I counted weekends, would I have spent more time at the office than in my bed? Probably, because I spent some time at weekends in the office on overtime. And I'm so glad I'm not doing it any longer.
I know. I'm so glad that you have a nice lie-in. And yes, and enjoy everything in life. So it's lovely. So sorry about that. That was the post person delivering.
Yeah, with a parcel from the looks of it.
I've got 2 parcels.
Ooh.
2. I don't know what they... Oh. I might even open one of them. I'll open one of them later, because that one of them might be a little bit emotional. But I've got one here, and I know what that is. So we'll talk about that in a little while. But yeah, so sorry about that. That's what happened.
That's all right, because my husband very kindly dropped me in it. He brought me up a cup of tea and then gaily tells the world that I've only been up an hour.
You can't keep anything secret.
No, not from husbands or children.
Oh, it's funny. Well, I hope you had a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
Got some knitting done. I got a little bit of knitting done, which was great.
I got a reasonable amount done. I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
For other people, a reasonable amount of done is probably a front or a back
cardigan. No. It was only about 2/3 of that.
All right.
But I did finally sew up Elena's cardigan. And that, as you know, takes a while to sew up a cardigan, even though it's a little girl's. I suppose so that we don't get our knuckles wrapped again. After Saturday, we ought to say hello and then play the music.
We will do. So we're going to say some good morning. So actually, just a little bit of an intro. So welcome to Gogglefrogs. This may be your first time. And if it is, sit back, enjoy the hour. Hopefully you've got a cup of tea, coffee, or whatever it is. Hopefully you've got your knitting, crafting, crochet, whatever you'd like to do. And we will talk for the next hour about who knows what, but we will talk for England probably. And And we have my wonderful friend Marion, and we have our wonderful friend Robert as well, who is at work, who's been at work since 4 o'clock this morning. Hello, Robert. How are you?
I'm okay.
Are you on a break at the moment?
Is this lunch or breakfast?
Brunch. Because I'm not sure if I can have lunch.
He's been at work since 4 o'clock because he had to go in really early and he's on a late, so he won't be getting away before 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
So it's a big long day. So this is amazing that he can get his break with us.
Yeah.
I was just going through, you can see us, but we can't see you. So sit back, relax and enjoy. And a big hello if you're on replay. We will read out all of the comments in the chat box so you know what everybody's chatting about. And hello to everybody on YouTube. Who knows what decade that will be. But if you're here, brilliant. And what you will also get is a lovely replay. So the recording of this is sent to you after the show. So we're just going to chat. Robert's going to eat some food and get ready.
I don't normally do this unless I'm at work. I said I don't normally eat while I'm doing this unless I'm at work.
Don't be silly. No, this is Gogglefrogs.
You've got to try and have a power nap if possible, Robert.
I'm fine. It's fine. We have 2 new people today.
Have we? Oh, I did see very quickly somebody say in the chat that they were new. But,
sorry, I didn't realise you hadn't done the good morning. Sorry.
No, we haven't. Come and answer the door.
And my husband very kindly dropped me in it. You know how Richard does. I mean, he's done it when you've come to our place, and he drops me in it with great aplomb.
Oh, which is always fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, if you are new, a huge welcome to Gogglefrogs, and wonderful that you are now becoming a Gogglefrogger. And do post in the chat where you're from, and get to know everybody. And we do also have a Facebook group that's Gogglefrogs Craft and Natter. We change it from Knit and Natter to Craft and Natter to cover everything that we do. And so do just come to join that. There's 3 questions, answer the questions, and then we will bring you into the group. And something that we always do is share what people have been working on. So everybody puts their work into the Facebook group, and then we get so much inspiration from the colours, the designs, you name it. So we'll do that later. But I think first of all, let's say some good morning. So do you want me to do that, Robert, while you eat your breakfast? Right, okay, top to bottom or bottom to top?
Bottom to top.
Bottom to top, as always. So hello and welcome, Tracy Jones. Lovely to see you. And if we think this is your first time with us, so that is lovely. Thank you. And well, who knows what will happen over the next hour, but it should be fun. And good morning, Tracy. How are you today, Tracy? Lovely to see you. And Safi, good morning. Safi,
good morning.
For a few shows, have you? So I hope everything's okay.
Yes.
And because we've got some new people, Safi, we've met during Gogglefrogs, and she's the lady who put lots of pom-poms on the trees in her garden to cheer up people walking past her garden due to COVID. So yes, so the lockdown, I should have said. Good morning, Marion. Lovely to see you again. How wonderful to see you today. And good morning, Linda. And good morning, Linda. So good morning to both Lindas. You're both here, and lovely to see both of you today. Good morning, Judy. Love to see you again. And good morning, Janice.
Hello. Good morning.
Lovely to see you. And good morning. Good morning, Jackie. You're back at work today, I believe, after a week off. So you have us on in the background, which is wonderful. So hello. And good morning, Deborah. Lovely to have you with us again, Deborah. And good morning, Brigitte. Lovely to see you again. And good morning, Angela. And also, good morning, Amber. It is 5 a.m. in the morning over there in New York. And lovely to see you too. So I think I've done them all. So Yes.
If the people,
is your sandwich all right?
The people that are new, there's a chat box on the right hand side. Do just put in the chat whereabouts you're from, because we all like to know where we're talking to people from. And we have people all the way from Australia, all the way across to Amber in America.
Yeah.
And we've had people from India as well, haven't we? And Greece.
Yes.
Where else have we had somebody from? Was it Norway?
Netherlands. So all over. A lot of people watch on replay though, because we're in weird time zones. So we have a lot of people. So hello to all of you from around the world.
Yeah.
So
I suppose we ought to explain as well. There's a lot of duplicates. There's a couple of Angelas. There's a couple of Marians. There's a couple of Lindas. What else have we got duplicated name-wise?
Tracy's.
Tracy. Got two
Tracy's today. Yeah.
Any other duplicates?
I know. We've got lots and lots and lots. But a huge welcome to you. So, and what we also do every morning, just to shake things up, is we have a musical interlude. And the music is always loaded by our wonderful co-host Robert, so we have no idea what's coming on, and sometimes we can have a little bit of a jig about. We have had people start to dance and pull a muscle sometimes in their living rooms, and then sometimes it's something that is just inspirational. So I have no idea what you have chosen for today, Robert. So shall we play the music? Yeah. But we will leave Robert to continue eating his food. And we will go on mute and enjoy this morning's music. Oh.
I have to say, I put that on yesterday afternoon before I knew today was going to be today. I didn't know until about 9 o'clock last night that today was going to be a really long day.
That's all right. And do you know what? It's so weird, isn't it? That like Boomtown Rats, he's been going for so long now, and I think he's had a lot of tunes that I've never ever heard of. And we watched something, you know, when they do the Top of the Pops from the 80s and the 90s. I never realised he's had so many hits actually over the years. So yeah, but one of their probably their biggest classic, which is a great tune. Not a great story behind it, but great tune.
What I couldn't get over was how fresh-faced he looked. How young he looked. He was then, wasn't he?
I'm just shutting the door because I'm absolutely freezing. My feet are freezing again.
Well, do you think we should start on the chat, which might be an idea? Brigitta's saying good morning, and it's number 192. What is it, next week? It's 200? Is it next week or just after?
The week after.
Week after. Deborah says morning all. Judy says morning everyone. Deborah says flippy edge shawl sounds interesting. And Brigitte goes, what am I going to be blamed for now? And Deborah says flippy edge, brilliant shawl. I have done about 7. Well, it was Brigitte that introduced us to the pattern for flippy edge shawls. You can either do a small one or a big one. I think he's just tired.
I've stopped and now it's getting to me.
But we'll mention the flippy edge again in a moment. Linda said, good morning, everyone, on this lovely bright morning. Well, I'm glad you've got it nice and bright. It's a bit dull and overcast here.
Now, it is the same here.
What about you, Robert?
I think Robert's just taking a little break or something, or he might be getting himself
I was looking out the window to see what it was. See what it was like outside.
Overcast. Yeah. Linda says, we've got another Linda.
Hello. Oh, sorry.
This one's an LY.
Oh, hello. Linda.
Morning, joining for the first time. Let us know where you're from, Linda, and very good morning to you.
Huge welcome, Linda.
Yeah. The other Angela says good morning. Tracy goes hi. Linda says, Brigitte says, Linda, welcome to the Gogglefrogs Madhouse.
Yeah.
And good morning, everyone. Getting ready for work. Tracy says good morning. Another Linda, you're the third. Welcome. Good morning, Robert from Brigitte. Deborah's morning, Robert. Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in during your busy day. Linda says the same. Deborah says it's good that the sound issues with Angela seem to have been finally sorted out. Yes, well, that was a story and a half, wasn't it? How long did that last for Angela?
Oh, I don't know.
It was an Apple issue, wasn't it? It wasn't Apple. It was Apple.
Yeah.
Robert says, oh, yes, it was part of the weekend updates with Apple. Jackie says, morning all. She forgot it was Gogglefrogs this morning, and she's catching up with her work emails. Over 400 to go through. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to remember those days. Robert says to Jackie, I have the perfect song today for you. Yay, you did. Yeah, Tracy says, yes, thanks, first time. Linda says, I'm from Newcastle upon Tyne, the home of ringtones.
Yes.
Revitalizing my knitting since I retired. Currently finishing a cardigan, trying socks for the first time, and I've just started a temperature blanket. Well, Brigitte's our queen of socks, and she's inspired lots and lots of us. She has the most amazing pattern. Catherine says, good morning. I'm good, thank you. Lovely to see you all. Monday is the only one I can make live, and only if I don't have a meeting. And she says to Linda, sounds like you're back to knitting with a vengeance. Rita's telling Linda it's a lovely part of the country and that she's trying her best. And yes, it's a hidden secret. Jackie's saying it's a brilliant song. Denise goes, morning, everyone. I used to love the Boomtown Rats. Brigitte goes, change Mondays to COVID. Since retiring, I pretend my weekend starts on Monday morning. And Safia says, I never realised how handsome Bob was. The video was very clever.
Yeah.
Brigitte says, Jane Barton did a workshop for the Flippy Edge shawl at one of our regional days some years ago. She made a Barbie doll size shawl. Do you know what? I don't remember that. Jackie says, weather is dull and bit drizzly in Kent. Went for my run in the morning. Yeah, you're doing really well with that, Jackie. Really, really well. Deborah says, haha, just look back. I did say Apple.
It was the Apple issues.
Yeah. Rebecca says, good morning all. Monday already. And she says, I better explain very quickly. Jackie's can't do the run from Landing to John Groat. So she's doing it in pieces in our local area. And am I reverberating?
And I think what's happening, Robert, because there's such an echo around you, could you go on mute and unmute and talk? Perfect. It's only because the room's so big. Don't worry, Robert. So you're fine now, Marion.
Yeah, so have I got it right, Jackie, that you're doing a sort of not quite a virtual run, but you're running the distance, but locally. And then when you've done a certain amount of miles, you get a postcard, which you can post on Facebook. And you've got to a lighthouse somewhere. And Rebecca says she's got noise issues with her Mac. Just gone, thank goodness. Yeah, mine's gone as well.
Yeah, I think it's when there's a lot of reverberating around a room. So it's only because Robert's at work, so he'll unmute when he's talking and then go back onto mute. So it's fine. Okay, we always promise that there will be fun, there will be laughter, and there may be technical issues.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those days because we do Gogglefrogs from wherever we are. Some of us have to travel, some of us have to go into work. So we just work around whatever is thrown our way.
And Amber says her cat says hello. Hello from Princess Curtain Crusher. Welcome to the new members. Does she actually sit on curtains, Amber, and crush them? And Jackie says, oh, I've got it right. I've got it right. It's the Conqueror Challenge. Lands in John O'Croats. Picks up my miles from my Fitbit. Oh, I'm rather pleased with myself. I've got something right.
That's really good. And just to say hello, I will show you a picture of little Splodgy Dodgy, who still is a feral. However, who is now allowed to sleep in here every night, as long as I'm at home, just in case. So Splodgy Dodgy has really moved in. Cats choose their owners, don't they? Or cats choose their servants. And Splodgy Dodgy is now sitting on our garden table and keeps running to the door to make sure I open the door, and then just wanders off. So when I get up, it's either shutting the door or opening the door for the cat. So
well, daughter's cat has now decided that she will go out, and her next door neighbor has a dog, and there's a hole in the fence. So he's learned already in sort of 2 sessions of going out, if he goes and sits in a certain place in the fence, the dog will go absolutely loopy, and he just sits there and waits for the dog to go loopy, barking at him, and he doesn't move because he realizes that he's safe from the dog. Andrew's built a barricade. I said, but he'll get out, Andrew. He'll jump 6 foot. No, this is bigger than 6 foot. He can't get out. I'm thinking he will, because he will climb that fence without a shadow of a doubt.
I know.
So I treated the cat. I bought some Lily's treats. You've heard of Lily's, the organic cat food. And they do a starter pack, which is a bag of dried food, some treats, and some wet food. And I gave it to them, and they went, yeah, he won't eat this. It's pate. Yeah. So he's gotten wrapped around that already.
I know. Ours is exactly the same. When we first started feeding Splodge was a feral, had been spayed, ear had been clipped from that, where they take them in, neuter them, and then release them. And we've got lots of farmland around us. And we noticed this cat, absolutely ravenous, dragging the hedgehog biscuits out of the hedgehog house every day and just eating them. So I started feeding it, and at that point it would eat anything, absolutely anything. But no, it likes the little chicken with the brown rice, likes the soup, but has actually gone off Lily's kitchen now. Likes the Sheba little chunks, as long as they're in gravy, not in jelly. It's just, how can this cat have us wrapped around her little finger? But she has, so never mind. It's quite good fun.
Mine, Branston, would not eat duck.
Ooh.
He would not eat anything with duck in it.
Oh.
He was if we gave him dried food, it had to be Hills or Iams. He would not eat Felix dried or Whiskers dried or any home brand. No, Hills or Iams.
Oh wow. Oh.
And he would eat Christmas pudding, and that's another story. Oh yeah, Christmas pudding. One year,
that's so funny.
One year I had Christmas pudding out on the worktop and a jug of cream, and you know how it suddenly goes quiet, and you think, what are the children up to? And in my case, it was, what's the cat and dog up to? What's Branston and Zorro up to? So I went out to the kitchen very quietly. Branston had knocked the cream over, and Zorro was licking that up off the floor, and Branston was eating the Christmas pudding. They both went outside and they stayed outside for a little while until, I'm going to be very delicate here and say until their tummies had settled down a bit, because the air was very flavoursome.
Oh, Robert, oh, we've loved seeing you, even if it's just for you to eat your breakfast.
Have a good day, everybody, and I will see you all on Wednesday.
Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Marion,
Yes.
Enjoy on Wednesday, aren't you?
Yeah. You've invited me.
Right. See you later.
And I'll see you later today because I need plaster. I need more plasters. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Well, I won't see you, but you know what I mean. Bye.
Bye. Why do you need more plasters?
A little story for you, and I'm actually finding it a bit difficult to try and knit. So I bought a new knife yesterday. I opened the knife and used it, and I thought, oh, that's a bit sharp. Is it? You know, when they do those sort of where it takes the first couple of layers of skin, but it doesn't bleed. And my husband came into the kitchen, and he says, "Have we got a knife?" Now, I don't have any steak knives left. Everything has been used in DIY or to mix paint or to do stuff. So I like all of my knives are blunt, and I turn around and says, "Don't use this knife at all. I've just bought it, went to wash it, and I've cut my finger, and I'm not joking. It started bleeding." I thought, oh dear. So I put like a plaster on it, and it was one of those, you know, those plasters. Don't know if you've used them, but they bond to the skin that's cut, and you're supposed to leave them on for about a week so they heal underneath. Anyway, it was a long clear thing down here, and I thought it was just full of blood, and I thought I'd push the end like this. Well, the blood came shooting out. And I just thought, oh dear. So then I took it off, and eventually it stopped bleeding, and it was all healing. And then I forgot, and then I went into the bathroom and suddenly I put my hand on something and it just went again. So so it's fine. So that knife is not going to get used. It's actually the end. It is just, I mean, I went like that and it just took opened a packet of chorizo that I was cooking with last night. And I thought, that's sharp, so I'm actually going to put it away because it's too dangerous for me. And go and buy something with a slightly rounded edge. But yes, so I've cut my thumb and I've cut that finger just by making dinner last night. And I need more plasters.
I find those paper cuts are the worst.
That's a paper cut. It's not a paper cut, it's a knife cut, but it's like a paper cut.
So painful.
Yeah, and trying to throw the yarn when you normally hold the top with that thumb is a bit difficult. So if I look a bit odd knitting today, you know why. But it's fine.
Shall we catch up again with chat? Because I think
that'd be lovely.
Yeah. Rebecca says to Amber, great name for your cat. Yeah, I have my girl dog with me today for a change. Is that Callisto, Rebecca? And Linda says she's got to go. Have a Zoom call. We'll catch up with the recording later. Bye-bye, Linda. And Janice says, oh, hello, Janice. Nice for you to join us. You don't own Splodge. He owns you. That's so right.
It is so right, yeah.
And Robert says, Linda, have a great day. See you again soon. And Tricia says, just finished an exercise class. Need to get something to drink. Which reminds me, Tricia, I must quickly say something to you. Anne says, good morning all. Amber says, yes, she does. And mine now are lace-like. Splodgy isn't handsome, is handsome. Rebecca says, our Coco loved the songs when he was a very old man. Brigitte says, our cat got fed whatever tinned cat food was on offer at Tesco's and ate it, no problems. And I got told that I was being polite. Jackie says it's lovely to see Robert. And Rebecca says, did you know Nestle's Purina recently bought Lily's Kitchen? Yes, I did. And I'm just hoping they keep to the same quality. And Linda says, what brilliant names, Marek, to me. Well, we've had a Sloopy, a Mamselle, a Caramel, a Tigger, a Branston, a Coco, because she was our only pedigree, and our daughter named her after Coco Chanel.
Oh.
That's all I can think of. Oh, we had a Rosie and a Rosie. And Brigitte says, I avoid large knives as I would have no fingers left. Rod laughs at me when he sees me using the smallest knives in the drawer. Yeah. And Rebecca says she lost Callisto to the lure of the front windowsill. Lots of dogs out for their walks. Do you know, Ollie is so good when Elora takes him out for a walk. He ignores all other dogs. And I mean all other dogs. But she took him yesterday and he came back so muddy all the way up to his belly. He didn't roll in it like he did when we took him out last. But I got Nanny's ever so muddy. And I looked at him and I thought, oh, my God, thank heavens, I've got a back porch. We can shut him in whilst we shut the door. Then the next thing he does, he comes in and he rolls all over the carpet in the dining room, then in the living room. Then he very kindly comes upstairs and finishes himself off on the bedroom carpet. So I have to wait for that to dry before I can put the vacuum cleaner over to pick up any. Yeah, I'm sure he does it on purpose.
Yeah.
In fact, I know he does it on purpose.
Okay, I can get away with both rooms downstairs. Let's see if I can get away with it upstairs as well. Yes, I can. Look at her face. This is so funny.
The saving grace is at least he doesn't go on the bed.
Oh.
And Rebecca says her cats are called Jess, Taffeta. Oh, I like that. Coco and Yum Yum cats. The last two were named after characters in a series of books. The Cat Who by Lillian Jackson Braun.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, is that the one with two Siamese cats, Rebecca? And they're sort of murder mysteries? Because if so, I've read some of those a long time ago. Louise says, good morning, everyone. Just joined you whilst I'm working in the background. Good morning, Louise, and how are you? I'm hoping that Trisha is still with me, with us. Let me just check, because, yeah, and I've got it right. Ours were Tonkinese, but the names still fit. Trisha, I got the answer to my question, and it was about that jumper that you posted for Saturday. The question was, were the arms steeped? And yes, they are. And we all decided that that was a very brave thing to do, but we all decided that it was rather marvelous. So as our steeking queen, we're rather hoping that you're going to do a jumper whereby the arms and the bodies are all knitted in one and then steeped.
And you know what? We will show that again on Facebook today, because I think we need to show this jumper every day for a few weeks so everyone can see the blooming thing, because it's scary. I just think it's very scary.
Yeah. Yes.
And I've seen the time. Have you seen the time?
Yes, I have.
I'm going to go on to Facebook, but then at the end of Facebook, we will talk about Flippy Head Shawl.
Oh, and Trisha says it's on her list.
Oh.
Well, I hope it's a short list, Trisha. Unlike mine, which gets longer by the day.
Oh.
Granddaughter helped, what are you doing this? Granddaughter helped tidy up my patterns yesterday. And she goes, because there's shelves of them. And she goes, Nanny, have you knitted all of these? So I went, no, not yet. Are you ever going to knit them all? And I went, probably not. And then she looked round the rest of the room and she said, well, you've got enough wool to knit them all.
Oh.
Well, what's this?
Right, so this is from, I think it's Deborah. Sorry, I've just opened it properly. So Deborah's doing a workshop with this lady on Saturday, and the lady moved from Sheffield up to Shetland last September. So it's her second colour blending workshop. How to blend everything for Fair Isle. I just love that, don't you? Looking at those colours.
They are gorgeous, lovely autumnal colours.
They look like Victorian. You know, when you look around these beautiful old houses, you could quite easily have drapes or hung silk in a drawing room. Those colours. That is
now
beautiful.
I've knitted those designs, but I've knitted them in block colours. They are traditional Fair Isle designs, but I've done them in block colours. So yeah, they are lovely.
So she produces lovely designs, and her blog is well worth a visit. And I know how many of you love a good blog, so do check out this lady's classes. Sorry, what's her name? Tracy Doxy, I believe, is the person, although that could be the person who's actually uploaded the Instagram post. I don't know, but yeah, traditional Fair Isle something and colour. So yeah, beautiful colours. And if you like Fair Isle, if you like blending colours and want to know a little bit more, Deborah is going to that class, and there may be spaces. I don't know why it said some sherries, so that should say some sheepies whilst out for a walk. So you can see two of them here. So they're from a flock. And then there's this really old sheep, and it lives in the front garden of one of the very nice houses in our area, but it always pokes its head through the fence as well. But it's quite an old one. So I didn't know if you knew what type of sheep they were, because we could be using some of this wool. But I just think they're always rather cute.
Do they ever have that sheep shorn? The one that's near you?
What, that one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't noticed. It's just every time I walk past, it comes to the fence and says hello, which is really quite cute because they're normally quite scared, aren't they?
Mm.
Yeah, but it's a bit of an old one. And that this flock here, all of them have escaped from their field into another field, and they continue to do that every couple of days. So it's quite good fun going for walks at the moment. And I've just put that on just before we went live, so I'll correct the wording. And this one, Marion, you shared interesting little video of Bernie Sanders.
No, it goes on. It's about how knitting has been used as a demonstration. This lady, who was parachuted into France, she used knitting as a code to pass on to the Allied forces as a binary code to tell them where various things were. So,
wow. Yeah.
So Bernie, it was just the into this. She cycled, so it's worthwhile watching the video. It's not very long, seconds. Wow. But yeah, it's been used for all sorts of things. You know, demonstrations, and I don't mean demonstrating knitting, but where women have sat demonstrations and knitted to show their solidarity. I'm not explaining it very well, am I?
Well, don't worry. You've actually explained it enough for me to actually watch, because I thought it was about Bernie Sanders and his knitting,
inspiring.
Mittens, I thought doesn't sound interesting, but the fact that the lady sent those messages sounds really interesting. So I'm actually going to watch that today. So thank you. You have explained it really well. So love things like that. Absolutely love it. So thank you for posting that, Marion. That's really good. So Fiona joined us, was that Saturday? So she was having a well-earned day of rest and picking up her needles to finish the front of her jumper, playing around with the colour whilst trying to make her way through a rather large stash. We did do something last year where we actually, some of us counted up how many balls of wool we had in our stash, and I was quite pleased that mine wasn't over 1,000, but I think it shocked some people, so never mind, I'm not going to add them up again. But I love the colours on that, and I actually think the light blue against the grey is so, that pops so much, doesn't it? It's really bright, but it's not a bright colour, and this is what is so interesting with different colours that you use. So good luck with that, Fiona, and show us the progress when you have finished some more.
They're West Ham colours as well.
I should have known that.
Claret and blue.
Yeah, I started knitting something West Hamish, never got finished. And
I only know Richard supports.
Oh right, okay, I didn't realise that. Rowena has finished this top that I think is amazing, gorgeous, absolutely love that. So just finished, slow as always, but I love it. I think the shape, the colour, that is beautiful, really well knitted and fitted, and I love the colour as well.
It suits it perfectly.
It does. That looks like that Rowan tweed. Don't know if it is Rowena, but not sure. It looks a little bit like the Rowan tweed, and there's a funny story about Rowan tweed. The fact that Marion had some, it kept on breaking, or there were so many knots that she took it back to the shop. I went into my local yarn shop and they said, I want to knit this, and it has to be in like a fuchsia pink, a muted fuchsia pink, because she's the only colour I've got like that is one that's been returned. So she says, I'll do you a deal on it. So I actually bought it, and I actually made this tunic that I had. That's still upstairs in
using the bits that didn't.
Yeah, but it was just the colour I wanted. You know what it's like when you want a colour, you need it in a certain thickness, and there was nothing else other than Rowan tweed. So it was Rowan tweed, wasn't it?
Or was it a Louisa Harding? No, it might have been a Rowan tweed.
I'm sure it was Rowan tweed. I think it was. But yeah,
6 years ago now, you know.
I know, it's quite a few years ago. It's somewhere upstairs. I've got no idea where that is.
This is lovely, from Deborah again.
Yeah, we did show this the other day. Anyone who knits anything in Gansey style, I take my hat off to, because I know it's a labour of love. Beautiful cables in there, twisted cables, and that is a hat, I believe. And I know we showed it on Saturday, but we're going to be going through these. There's Marion's little radio, like her piece on the radio. We showed that baby blanket that was in Stylecraft, Batiks. Well, Louise has just finished those, which are beautiful.
We need the jumper.
Yeah, I'm trying.
There it is. There it is. Now, if you click the link, because Safia said we need a picture of the finished jumper. Can you click the link?
I can do.
And if you scroll on down, we see the jumper.
Oh my word! So there is the jumper.
There's a better picture if you scroll on down.
Oh, right, down further.
Yes.
So that's what it was like, and as you can see, whenever you're doing steeking, you do change the stitch, so you can see that's where it's going to be cut, there and there. Oh wow!
Yeah.
I would never have thought that.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? Go on down.
Oh my word!
There's more.
Oh, wow. It's a lovely, lovely jumper. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the picture. Go up a bit. Oh, down a bit, down a bit. There we go. No, not that one. The picture of the young man wearing it.
We did that. There.
No. It's a different picture. That one.
I think there might be a little bit of a delay. So anyway, here is the designer, Todd Gocken. I cannot believe can't believe it's so brilliant about that designer. There is that jumper. Thank you so much, Safi, for telling us to click the link. Absolutely brilliant. And what I can't believe is it makes perfect sense when you actually see it. It makes perfect logical sense. But yeah, and you can see the change in the stitch there around those edges, can't you? But that is incredible. Who's going to do one of those? Let us know who's going to have a go with this.
Well, Trisha did say that she's going to have a go. It's on her list. But and Safi said she wants to see a picture of the final finished jumper. And Trisha said that don't hold your breath, such a lot on the go. But you're so prolific, Trisha, and very quick. Rebecca says that the video started with Bernie Saunders, says reminds me of that I'm looking forward to seeing the TV program on Craftism tonight. What side, Rebecca, and what time? Brigitte says that she loves the blue and grey, also dusky pink and grey looks lovely. Yep, totally agree. And Jackie says she's off now. Bye. See you Wednesday. Judy says re-stitched jumper. Gulp. Couldn't agree with you more, Judy. Couldn't agree with you more. And Brigitte says, I don't know how you would dare to cut up your knitting. I know it's scary. I've done it once on a test piece, and it was a little square, about like that. And you cut it up, and your stomach's in your heart, and your heart's in your stomach, but you do it. You do it.
Oh, I think it just sounds so exciting. It really does. And yeah, I might have a go, but it would just take me so long. Right.
And Safia says, so much sewing up after. I think knitting in the round suits me better. The only advantage of this is matching stripes, but that doesn't bother me. Yeah.
And I've seen Safi's work, and it's very intricate. It's beautiful. So I'm not surprised that it wouldn't faze you at all.
The program Craftism is on BBC4 tonight, February the 1st, for anybody that's watching on YouTube.
Oh my word! I've just realised we're in February. Oh my word! This is quite scary.
February the 1st, BBC4 at 10 o'clock tonight.
Wow! Which
means I will go and set iPlayer. We've got 7 minutes left. Do you want me to mention
edge shawl?
Now, Brigitte did a knitting pattern out of a book which used Sublime, was it, Brigitte? And it was called a flippy edge shawl. They did it as a kerchief, so just very daintily went round your neck, and as a very big one. And the big one, which is what I'm wearing at the moment, you cast on 902 stitches, and needless to say, you count and you count and you count, and you put stitch markers in every 25 or so to make sure you haven't counted and miscounted. You knit 20 rows, and then you knit 2 together, so you've got an odd number, and you mark the central stitch, and you decrease 3 stitches on one row and 2 stitches on the other row. I think that's right. Or is it 4 stitches? No, 3. I haven't done the pattern for a while. And as Brigitte said at the beginning, she's done a few. Needless to say, most of us didn't do it in Sublime. This is some alpaca I had in my stash, which I bought for when my granddaughter was a baby. And I've washed it, and it's a bit bigger than the pattern, but it's nice and cozy.
It looks beautiful.
Thank you. Brigitte has confirmed it is a Sublime pattern. And I can remember starting it once, casting on my 902, doing my 20 rows, and emailing Brigitte and saying, help, I've forgotten what to do next.
Oh.
And bless her, she emailed me over the instructions, which is only 3 or 4 rows. Oh, and Brigitte, bless her, is going to dig it out for Wednesday.
Oh. It's a beautiful, beautiful pattern, and I just know that everybody who makes, as you can see it, I don't know if you can pull your camera down a little bit just so people can see. Oh, like that is it. It is beautiful,
and it's only garter stitch.
And it just looks amazing.
It's so warm.
Yeah, and it like so I think you could, well, it is quite a large one that wraps around. So it's great on cruises, obviously, for our very own Judith Chalmers here, who's been on more
It was
cruises.
wonderful when we went up to Norway. Do you know what? That was December 2018.
Wow.
Beautiful then. It was absolutely recently. And now somebody's saying, Louise said, no, wait a minute. Oh, Brigitte's saying, oh, let me go backwards. I've lost the thread. Oh, Rebecca's playing Yarn Chicken.
Oh,
and with the shawl she's casting off. We'll keep our fingers crossed, Rebecca. Amber says, thank you for a wonderful start to the day. Brigitte says it would have been
with us, Amber.
Yes, and we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday.
Yes.
Do you know what would be nice is if people took selfies and posted them.
Oh,
because they see us, so it'd be nice if we saw them.
It would be very nice. And Brigitte says this is the great shawl for the yarn to be the star. So something very plain, something. Is it DK or is it?
I've done this in DK.
DK, yeah.
But Sublime is the fine
it's
yarn,
play, isn't it?
Yeah, but you do it on 4s. You do it on 4s.
Yeah. So I think it would lend itself to if you use thicker yarn. It's just going to be bigger, slightly bigger in the DK. But don't worry. And just to let you know, we're going to be live next Wednesday night, 8 p.m. GMT. So bring a drink with you. We will have gin, probably. Yes. Hello, Renee. I didn't realise you'd joined us. Sorry. How long would the needles use? I imagine 900 stitches is a lot. Haha. Yes. Circular needles. With a long. Did you use over a metre?
Yes, I did to start with.
Yeah.
And it could go smaller.
Yeah. So you can, if you have interchangeables, then you could change it to a smaller one the further up you go. But probably looking at a metre cable if you have them. If not, it'll be rather tight. But yes. And I just remember seeing them all over. So what's that flippy edge shawl? What's that flippy edge shawl?
And we did them. I don't think any of us did it in Sublime. I don't think any of us did it in the yarn it was meant to have been in. I think we did it in Juniper Moon, and it looked superb.
I love Juniper Moon. Do you know what? I had loads of Sublime. I took it to a yarn swap one day, and guess who bought it?
Was it me?
No.
Brigitte.
Robert.
Robert, has he
And
still
he
got
took
it?
his yarn that I'd gone with him and bought for him to do a scarf for Gary. Gary didn't like the colours together, so I bought the yarn that Robert took. So actually we should just swapped it anyway, but never mind, we raised money for charity. But yeah, so all of the Sublime, I do know where there's a beautiful stash of purple and green. It's at Robert's house. Oh, and we're on 59.
So we better very quickly finish off this chat. I think Sarah's done one with 720 stitches, double knit.
Well done.
Linda says to Rebecca, there's a harmless bind off technique. Perhaps you can find it on YouTube if that helps.
Yarnless. Yarnless rather than harmless. Yeah.
Brigitte says it's a perfect pattern for the yarn to be the star. Lovely morning. Thank you, ladies. See you Wednesday. Harmless, yarnless, goes Linda. Rebecca goes, Linda, thanks. But I'm meant to cast off loosely. If I run out, then I should just take back a few rows and recomplete the edging. Yeah. Renee says, how long were the needles? We've explained that. Will the link be posted? I think it will have to be a handwritten link.
We'll have a look because of
being copyright.
We'll have a look and see what we can do.
Yeah, and Rebecca says that her shawl that she's doing is in Jupiter Moon Trios. Oh. Well, take care of yourself. See you Wednesday. Thanks, everyone. See you Wednesday. And Amber sees you Wednesday. And I want to know,
Amber will see us on Saturday. So
you won't be here Saturday?
Yes. She
say that again.
Amber says see you on Saturday.
Oh, beg your pardon.
It's okay. And with that, we're over time already. Can you believe it? So sorry, folks, but I've loved spending an hour. And I never opened my little parcel.
Oh, you can do that Wednesday.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do it now anyway. But I've got some more tea light melts from my my uncle's girlfriend. So
leave it until Wednesday.
Will do. Anyway, Gogglefroggers.
Take care, everybody.
Have lots of fun knitting, crocheting. Post your pics in the group and let us know what you're working on, because as you can see, every time we see colour, it inspires us to use some more combinations from our stash or go out and buy something new. Anyway, we will see you on Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. We will be with you, myself, Marianne and Robert. So you take care of yourself, be safe and happy crafting. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.